Okay, so good afternoon to all of you guys. Right now, I'm Lester T, and right now I will give you an info about the topic in Mathematics 10, which is a circle. Okay, especially the word or the parts, which are the chords, the radius, the diameter, the semicircle, and a lot of things about circle. Okay. So first, we begin first with the circle. When you're discussing about the circle, okay, it focuses on the parts of the circle. Okay, like the radius, because circle may not form. Okay, by without these parts, and even primarily without the points. Okay, because circle is a set of points with radius. So that's the composition of circle. So now, okay, I will discuss all about the word radius. Okay, so the radius, this is a line segment. A line segment, okay, connecting from the circle going to the center point of the circle. Okay, this radius is a line segment connecting from the circle going to the center point of the circle. Okay, so if you have the given measure, like if you have the diameter, okay, to obtain the radius, you need to divide the diameter by 2. Okay, because the basic formula, okay, in getting the radius is that radius, okay, half of the diameter. Or if you want to get the measure of the diameter, you twice the measure of the radius. Okay, that's it. Then the diameter must pass through. The word diameter is line segment 2, okay, from the other point of the circle going to the other point of the circle. But this diameter must pass through the center point of the circle. That's it. And then we also have the word chords, okay, if that is a plural, okay. So a chord, okay, this align segment from the other point of the circle going to the other edge of the circle, and it does not pass through the center point of the circle, unlike the diameter. So that's the difference between chord and diameter. The diameter pass through the center point of the circle, while the chord does not pass through the center point of the circle. Now we go with the arcs. Okay, arcs formed. Okay, we have two types of arcs: the minor arcs and the major arcs. In terms of the measure, the minor arc is had a so-called smaller measure or degree measure, while the major arc had a so-called big or large degree measure. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. Okay, and also in terms of uh, the circumference of the circle or the degree measure of a whole circle, okay, it has the degree measure of 360 degrees, while the half of the circle, okay, the half of the circle, which is the word semicircle, half of the circle is semicircle, okay, the degree measure is 180 degrees. Okay, semicircle can be formed with the inclusion of the diameter. We all know that the diameter passed through the center point of the circle. Diameter is or the diameter is passing through the center point of the circle. Therefore, okay, that half of the circle is called the semicircle, which had a so-called degree measure of 180 degrees. Okay, so this diameter had a this semicircle had a so-called degree measure of 180 degrees. Okay, then in terms of the intervention or like formation of many chords, many radius, like, or say for example, a lot of radii, okay, is in the circle. Okay, most of the time the word central angle can be formed. Why? Because if the two radius, say for example, if the two radius, okay, connect or intersect to the center point of the circle, okay, the central angle can be formed. Because the central angle, the meaning of the central angle is that this is an angle, okay, which is the vertex is in the center of the circle. The vertex happens in the circle, in the center of the circle. So that's the central angle. The intersection of two radius to the center point of the circle will form an angle called central angle. And in the context of the degree measure of the central angle, if the central angle is 50 degrees, the intercepted arc, okay, the intercepted arc must be 50 degrees. If the intercepted arc is 100 degrees, the central angle must be 100 degrees. They are similar in terms of the degree measure, the intercepted arc and the central angle. While in the inclusion of, say for example, another chord, okay, say for example, you have one chord and another chord. If two chords intersect on the circle, then the word inscribed angle can be seen. Okay, the word inscribed angle can be seen because inscribed angle, the vertex is on the circle, not on the center point or in the center of the circle, but on the circle itself. Two chords intersecting on the circle, inscribed angle will be formed. And in the context of the degree measure of the inscribed angle, if the degree measure of the inscribed angle is 80 degrees, the intercepted arc must be 160 degrees. Okay, so that's it. If the inscribed angle is, say for example, 50 degrees, the intercepted arc must be 100 degrees. So times 2. The measure of the angle in inscribed angle is times 2, okay, to have the intercepted arc, to have the degree measure of the intercepted arc. And also additional, if, say for example, if uh, the inscribed angle happens on the semicircle, the right angle can be formed. Again, if the inscribed angle happens on the semicircle, the right angle can be formed. And the degree measure of the semicircle is 180 degrees. That's it. Then also, we have the so-called addition, arcs addition postulate. Arcs addition postulate. In that arcs addition postulate, okay, say for example, to have the degree measure of arc AC, we have point A in the circle. Say for example, we have a circle, and on the circle we have point A, point B, point C. To have the value of that arc from point A going to C, okay, the explanation of the arc addition postulate is that you must add arc AB, the next, the measure of arc BC to have the measure of arc AC. So that's it. That's the explanation. Okay. So adding adding of an arc happens in this postulate. That's why it is called arc addition postulate. Okay, and if the quadrilateral, say for example, the quadrilateral is inscribed on the circle, say for example, if the quadrilateral is inscribed on the circle, then series of opposite angles can be formed. And these opposite angles is supplementary angles, had the so-called sum of 180 degrees. If you add on all the angles inside the quadrilateral, it will give you 360 degrees. And also another cases also, if you encounter two inscribed angles. Say for example, you encountered two inscribed angles, but they share in one arc, but they shared in one arc. Then the angle the of the other, or if the angle of the inscribed angle or the first inscribed angle will be the same to the other angle. They are equal. The angle must be equal. If angle 1 of the inscribed angle is 50, the another inscribed angle, which is the inscribed angle number 2, the other angle must be 50 degrees too. Okay, so they must be the same in angle. If these two inscribed angles shared in one arc, the angle must be the same. They must be equal. Okay, so then to get the formula of the major arc, the formula of the major arc is that 360 degrees, the degree measure of the circle, minus the minor arc, or the measure of the minor arc. And take note again, even if you are good in getting the degree measure, but you forgot the degree symbol, you forgot the degree symbol, even the angle symbol or the arc symbol, okay, will be marked as wrong. Because in this study, those symbolism is very important or vital. Okay, hope you like this informative discussion, informative explanation. Then don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and hit the bell button for you to be notified for everyday videos that I will post in this channel. Again, welcome to my channel, Lester T. God bless.